Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. What do you think? Welcome back to the truck camper build, part 49. We are working on the aluminum siding installation, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see most of it. Here you see the insulated side of the camper prepped and ready for the siding, and you're gonna see us putting the passenger side siding on, getting it done, rolling forward. That's what we're doing. Sherman, where you at? Sherman, where you at?
All right, I'm hearing some noises down here. I better check it out. What's going on down here?
Well, repurposing materials. So, in the process of removing this beautiful 1982 probably paneling in the laundry room area of the basement, and it's the only 1/8 inch paneling that I can find, because you can't find any in the local lumber yards anymore, because who buys this to put on walls? No.
So this is the house that we're living in, and you're just taking materials right off the walls.
Yeah, that is literally what's happening.
Anything for the camper.
We gotta get a couple of these things for shims. I'll show you in the next step. You'll see. Got a little mini router here, and I have a flush cut bit on it with a little bearing on the bottom, and the plan is to cut this plywood cap as well as the Loctite construction adhesive, and cut this nice and flush all around on all 3 sides of this cap. So let's see how she goes. Jeez. Look at this. There you go. There is the flush cut. And here is the driver's side. Sherman.
Well, that was adorable.
That's adorable, but you got illegalness on there. Were you guys in the woods today? Were you exercising your rights as a free kitten? That's what they were doing. Shoulder cat. Okay. Alright, well, he's up there. So we have the cat, which might jump down. I don't know what he's going to do. All of the 1/8 inch paneling is currently on the entire perimeter of the camper, right? And then also the perimeter of each opening, which are mostly windows. It's like he's leaning to jump down, but he won't jump down. Sherman, what are you doing? There you go. Okay. The first reason is the insulation thickness is just a little bit. This hard paneling insulation, foam board insulation, sticks out a little bit higher than the studs because of the dimensions they are. So I have to build it out on the studs so that when the aluminum goes on here, it doesn't shoot right through the aluminum with a gap in there. So that's one reason. The other reason is in case any of the studs are bowed in and out, you can put a shim or not put a shim in right now we're at the process where the first piece of aluminum is going to get stapled on the camper. We got a Harbor Freight crown style stapler, air stapler, got the air compressor on, and we got it adjusted so that the staples should, the right air pressure so that they don't, blow through the whole camper and shoot through the wall on the other side. So let's see what we can do and get the first piece up.
Little grow mat. Little grow mat. About the height. So this currently is 32 1/4.
So your angles are good, everything's good over there. You're looking pretty good. Correct?
I think so.
Alright, here's the first staple. Can you believe it?
It's signing going up. First staple.
First piece of aluminum on the camper. Hallelujah. Alright, here's the back side of the next piece of aluminum to go on with all the little patch jobs of the Turn-A-Bond tape for the pinholes to hopefully save it from leaking later. That'll actually help you. It's like a pin. Yeah. Yeah. As this second panel got put on, ran into a slight problem. I was afraid of this, building the whole camper and using the old aluminum. You have to build it perfectly or nothing works. So this amount of aluminum overhangs on the back. Decent, it's good enough. It'll get folded over wherever you want it. So that's not a problem. Here's where you start getting into problems. You got this window, it's overhanging this way. So it's like, oh yeah, that's simple. Just move the aluminum back, right? Just move this whole panel back. And then you come over here to this window and look where we're sitting. We're way back. So, sure, it's a combination of me building, well, it is the framework being built incorrectly, right? That's the problem. But in order to fix this, there's window trim that goes on here. Like when you put the window on, there's not window trim, there's flanges. Well, this is trim that stick up 3/4 of an inch on the sides. So I have 3/4 of an inch that I can cheat to have this aluminum back, like roughly about like that, where the window flange will come on and overhang 3/4 of an inch and then get screwed in. So we have some wiggle room. Is there enough? We will see. I'm just gonna happy medium everything and sheet everything. And so 3/4 of an inch is what we need, is what we can cover with a window flange. This is 5/8. So we can actually go forward with this panel a little bit as long as we can shoot a staple right here. And the reason why we need to go forward is because of this window is barely, we got, right now we're on 3/4 of an inch. So it would help to cheat a little bit forward. And then on the other portions of it, we'll just cut it out. And it's gonna be a much bigger hole. And this just gets peened over, so it's fine. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can execute it. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's gonna be hard to shim it a 16th of an inch when it's all wedged in this paneling. So that's our plan right now. Right now, that's our plan, not right now. Just trying to push up pretty good. Oh yeah. And throw it right in between the two pieces.
It's like 39 3/4. That looks like 39 3/4.
These are the shims.
Stole from the house.
These are the Scrabble letter pieces. I didn't do it. I didn't do the best job straightening that piece out. How about that? Yep. Got some of the panels up, aluminum. Next panel here on the floor. I just kind of wanted to show the Eternabond tape that was mentioned in the previous video. Any pinholes, I just take a light underneath and you can see them perfect. From corrosion mainly, or staple holes where the previous owner threw staples in. Patched all the holes, and in the front here, this is the nose piece. So if you back up, look at the camper. Okay, where you at? You got your bearings? Your bearings? Okay, your bearings. So right here, this nose piece, that is right there, that nose piece. So this is just gonna go right up in there. So it was pretty corroded. As you can see, I had to give her the proper tape job on the backside. That ain't gonna be easy.
How about there?
So you can see. Shoot them, just shoot them. I mean, look, we don't even have to go to the front anymore. This is the wing wall aluminum, and there's a lot of holes in it and stuff like that. So we have the Eternabond tape patching all the holes, and I'm kind of going out of order, but I'm sure we're gonna patch the aluminum from the outside with some riveted on pieces.
Right, sure, man. He doesn't like the air compressor.
We just have to, yeah, you gotta lay in the gear exactly what has to happen. This is supposed to. All right, I got you underneath here, putting up the wing wall aluminum, and if you see underneath, there's the bottom, goes up, and I must have built it wrong, but it needs to be trimmed to fit around that little bat wing thing. So I'm gonna trim it out with some tin snips. I'll try it like this. Bullshit, but... You just push that in? Mm-hmm. Push it in. Okay. Just like that. Okay, hold that. Just hold on. I'm not going to get you up. Okay, good. Put it up in there. So now what's going on here is the siding that I put on here, it's not perfect. Alright, I didn't do a perfect job on the first passenger side of the siding, and live and learn, right? So pretty much what's going on is from the front to the rear, the siding has a slight sag down, okay? So it's going down. So it's not to the point where it's gonna be a total problem, but you're gonna see it at the end here, at the bottom. So my plan is the back is too low. So I pushed this piece as far up as I can, and then on this piece, whenever I find it, I'm gonna push it up as far as I can, and I'm gonna pull it down and measure from the bottom, and then match the best I can with the bottom of that. So then it should be as even as possible, and you'll have a gap here, but it's not gonna be it'll still be within the little S-bend flange that it goes up into. We're gonna try and match that and see how bad it is. So here's a little trick. So there is a wiring coming out here for the back, bottom, rear of the camper for a marker light. And this piece of aluminum just had a reflector on it. So I need to drill a hole, but it has to be in the correct spot because this is foam insulation and this is wood. And this is the grommet that needs to go recessed into this area. So I need to make sure that it's perfectly within the foam, because if it's in the wood, then I learned up top that I need to grind this away, and it's a pain in the butt for the wiring or for the grommet to recess in. So I'm going to try this little trick here. Took a Q-tip, cut it in half roughly, jammed it into the foam insulation. Take yourself some lipstick and you just put that lipstick right on the tip. How about that, huh? All right, now you put this aluminum up where you want it, and you don't touch the lipstick. You gotta get the aluminum seated. Get that thing seated, and then you just touch right against the Q-tip. Right there is your mark. So there's your center hole. Start with a pilot. Take a step drill bit or a unibit. Three. So I figured I'd show this. You're in the wing wall area. That's the rear of the camper, and this is inside of the wing wall. There's this bat wing, I call it, right here, which is tapered. And I was looking at old photos of the camper, and I am pretty sure that this was exposed wood. There was a piece of trim that went on the outside here, but it did not protect the inside of the wood. So I found this piece of aluminum sheeting that they just had covering a broken window on this camper. It's the right thickness. I figured I'd show this. I cut this out and got it flanged. That should work right there. And I'll use stainless steel staples here because these will probably be exposed versus the galvanized ones. There you have it, boys and girls. That's going to conclude this video. We have the aluminum completed on the passenger side and the wing walls. So there you go. All done. Got the colors in there. Don't have everything peened over on the back here. Just kind of wanted to, I mean, I guess I could do that anytime before I put the rear paneling on. That's all done. Got the wing walls done. Now, not all the corner trim's up, obviously, as you can see. I had to add these angles, or these gussets here, to support that, because that's the way that the aluminum was shaped. But that's gonna be a wrap up. Yeah.